How is everybody doing? This is L.A.Kendrick going to close out this Friday with another tale from the vault of Would You Dare. Let me rephrase it. Not necessarily from the vault, because these are just random stories that I'm picking out and going over with you guys, the fans. We need 3 more so we can actually go live and do Q&A on these topics, right? Because we'll be talking about various topics, but this is for the fans until I get the other work published and put out, right? So it'll be work from the Destiny versus Chaos series, which I'm trying to close out. It's going to be a smash, and I'm also trying to get the 3rd installment of The Benefits of a Bully, coming out as well. So that series will continue, and those are the guys that deal with what we're speaking about right now. So with that being said, right, we're going to jump right into it, and we're going to talk about the Dog Man. Again, I'm just picking up random stories and random situations and random issues, and I'm just going over with you guys because, again, you guys have done a lot. You guys have been there supporting me in this work and made the book, The Onyx Eyes Kids, a very, very huge success. So without further ado, let's get it. The Dogman is a cryptid, which is an animal or non-animal like Sasquatch or the Loch Ness Monster, that has been claimed to exist but never officially documented. Cryptids aren't necessarily supernatural. Sightings of various cryptids have been reported worldwide. Dogmancryptid.com documents some of the information collected about Dogman. Eyewitness reports will be published soon. And then they have here size comparison. They've got the beast of LBL, which is land between the lakes. Again, Kentucky has a lot of crazy stuff. That's my home state. You guys look that up. I've actually done, in fact, my first from the vault, at that time I was doing the House of Havoc, right? The Crib of Chaos. But from the vault, you go back and look at, once you sign up and you subscribe, you can go back and look at all the stories that I've told and put my spin on them. But this one, the LBL situation, was an actual incident that happened. But the height of that creature, supposedly, was 7 feet compared to a 6-foot man. You know, the average height of men worldwide is 5'8". All right. Then there's another one that's 10 foot tall, and it's, they announced him as Dogman, and they got to his height is between 8 and 10 feet tall compared to the 6-foot guy. Then they got the Michigan Dogman and the Beast of Bray Road. Okay, they've got that one. So let's keep going. Dogmen have been encountered and sighted all over North America and around the globe. Although they look like the werewolves of lore and movies, they are not werewolves. They are believed to be a species with both human and canine attributes because of the similarities between the species of Homo sapien humans and you know what? I'm glad I looked this word up because I've not seen this word very often. So you guys bear with me while I get an enunciation or pronunciation proper.
Canady.
Okay, it's pronounced Canady.
Canady.
So it's Canady, right? And that is Canidae. All right, so we've got that Canady, which means wolves/dogs. They will also be referred as Homo canidi. Dogmen have been reported by eyewitnesses to be very muscular and as tall as 10 feet in height when standing bipedally. They have a human-like form from the shoulders down to the knees. They do not have front paws, but instead have elongated hands like humans, but with long fingers. There are sharp claws on the fingertips. They can walk and run on all fours as well as bipedally. In fact, many eyewitness reports state that when a Dogman goes from standing on all fours to standing on 2 legs, or vice versa, a loud popping sound is heard from the joints. The sound is thought to be the joints of the creature acclimating to each mode for walking and or running. They have a female version of the species, which is called dog women. I've never heard of that before. Have also been sighted, but not as often as their male counterparts. Some dog women are described as having multiple breasts or teats. That's spelled T-E-A-T-S. I'm sure you guys have heard of that word before. I've seen it spelled a different way as well. That run down the front of their torsos. Juveniles have been seen as well, either being supervised by an adult male or female. The juveniles are said to have a puppy look in the face the same way a young dog or wolf does. Juveniles are often described as having extremely large hands and paws and feet that they grow into. They are also said to be shorter than the adults. Some juveniles have been described to be 4 or 5 feet tall. And then they've got the description of what they look like. The canine type dogmen are described to have the head of a wolf or a dog, an upper torso with the physique of a human. The arms are long and the elongated hands have claws. The thighs are human-like, but the lower legs are reversed like that of a canine. The feet are large with claws and resemble that of a wolf. They come in a variety of colors and often said to have a tail. The various type of canines types look like this to a degree, but can vary in many ways. Some are described as having oversized heads. Type 2 dogmen are said to be similar to the canine type, but have a head like a hyena. And they've got the images here, and they both look pretty creepy. The type 3 dogman is described as having the upper torso and legs like a human, but with very long arms. The face resembles that of a wolf or a dog, but the muzzle tends to be shorter and not as pronounced. The snout at times can resemble the snout of a baboon. They're said not to have a tail. Type 3 dogman can come in a variety of colors, and often confused with Sasquatch or an ape because of its body style. However, this is not the case. Type 3 dogmen have claws on their hands and feet, while Sasquatch, apes, and humans have fingernails. Type 3 dogmen are not as often seen by eyewitnesses as the canine type are. And we're going into the eye shine. The eye shine of the Homo canidae have been described in various colors such as blue or red, but most often of an amber yellow. Dogmen fur have been seen to come in various colors that wolves' furs can be seen in. Many have been reported to be white, gray, brown, reddish, brown, and often an extremely dark black. They can also be a mixture of these colors. Most sightings of dogmen take place in rural places, large parks, and wooded areas. They are often spotted high up in trees and are said to move very quickly for a species of its size and weight. Sightings have also taken place near cities and highly populated areas. Dogmen have been reported as peeking through windows of homes and also tap on the windows glass with their finger claws. Okay, yeah, you tapping on my window, looking like these things look and acting like these things look, you're gonna get some hot stuff. I'm just gonna start busting on you. I'm not gonna even mess around with that. That's crazy. That's almost like a burglar, peeping Tom. Nah. One report describes a dogman playing peekaboo with a little girl from outside her bedroom window before her father walked in and the dogman ran off. See, yeah, they often rattle and turn the knobs and handles of doors to houses. This behavior tends to happen at night. See, here we go again. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not playing games with anything like that. Just not gonna do it. Although many eyewitnesses have encountered Homo canidae and escaped unscathed, others have reported that they can be dangerous and sometimes kill humans. One eyewitness states that he believes that there are good ones and bad ones, just like in human beings. He also believes they congregate in tribes, not packs. It is advised that if one does encounter a dogman, to proceed with caution because they can be deadly. Dogmen are highly intelligent and have been noted to know what guns are. They tend to avoid firearms, so warning shots fired at the sky from a gun or rifle may cause one to flee. And that's the end of that. I'm gonna jump over to this guy who actually, he's from Australia, that claims that he had a run-in with one on 2 occasions. Okay, so he's from Australia. A fisherman called John wildly claims he was left petrified for a month after encountering the supposed half dog, half human creature on 2 separate occasions. He was speaking on Believe Paranormal and UFO podcast. The Aussie insists he was followed by what he has branded a dogman. What these plays a dogman, and claims he thought he was going to be killed. John was fishing from his kayak on Boxing Day last year when he says the incident first happened. I noticed that every time I took a stroke with the paddle of my kayak, whatever this thing was, it was taking a stride to each paddle I was taking. Let's see, it reads kind of weird. He said, I stopped for a bit and the sound stopped in the bush too. And I thought it was a bit odd. So I took off paddling again, and sure enough, as soon as I started to paddle, every stroke, this thing would take a step. So whatever it was, this thing was following me. It wasn't a coincidence or anything. It was more of a stalk. Freaked out, John took a snap and claims he captured the dogman on camera. The creature, I actually got into the photo what I think it is. The creature I actually got into the photo what I think it is. I've spoken to a few people, and I reckon it's a dogman he added. After that, I couldn't go back into the area and check it out myself. I was petrified for probably a month after it. I was waking up in the middle of the night and seeing the creature in my dreams. Although he was petrified, John once again returned to the bush for another fishing trip. It says he heard a bit of a bang, followed by the sound of someone or something running. As it was running, it was smashing trees out of the way he had it. Then he comes back and says, I don't know if they were breaking or it was hitting them. You couldn't see what the bush was like because it was so thick. John said the dogman then started to roar as he spent 10 minutes trying to escape back to the safety of his car. I'd never heard anything like it in my life, he said. It would roar, then it would take a breath in, but then the breath it was taking was actually louder than the roar it was doing. This creature just went to another level and it was crazy. I could hear in my head something said, go now or you'll die. It wasn't my own voice, my own consciousness. It was something else. That 10 minutes was probably the longest in my whole life. I thought I was going to be killed. I had no weapons and I didn't even have my fishing knife. See, now I don't understand people when they go out into these areas, secluded. Why would you not have a knife, a gun, a machete, pepper spray, bear mace, something to defend yourself, because you just don't know what's trying to make you a story, as we always say here. All right? And he said he had no phone service as well. Despite his outlandish claims, John has insisted he's not barking up the wrong tree with the suggestion of a dogman existing and fears someone can get hurt. I heard about it, the dogman, and I thought it was a joke, but actually I've had encounters with it now and it's terrifying, he said. I wouldn't be putting myself out showing these photos if it was fake or I didn't know that there was actually something there. That's the main reason I came forward. I'm worried that someone is going to go missing or get hurt, and I'll have it in the back of my mind that I should have told someone about that. This story originally appeared on the Sun and was reproduced there with permission. So there you have his story and his claims of what he experienced, okay? What do you guys think? Would you dare go out by yourself, secluded in an isolated area with no way to defend and protect yourself, right? And this dogman out there, this creature out there. Or just, you can run across bear, anything, but you're alone. Who does that? It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. I had talked to one of my friends back home, and he shared a story with me, and I'll probably talk to you guys about it next week. Again, although I'm having fun with this, it's so interesting to see all of these stories and all of these things come up, and it just strengthens my Battle Boys and the Benefits of a Bully series. It's a 10 and up book. It just gives these guys more credence and gives them more of a reason to be out there battling and fighting the supernatural, the demonic, extra. These boys take on everything, and that's the reason that I wrote this story, because we need stories like that, man. We haven't had anything solid like that, or the stories that I'm telling for a while. So, with that being said, I'm gonna close this thing out, you guys. It is Friday, all right? Need to go in here and shower. Been working hard all morning. Been training all hard with individuals, and yeah, proud of the efforts of those guys and proud of the effort that you guys put out. Again, we need 3 more people. We can do Q&A and talk about the many topics that I share on my channel, and we'll go from there, and we'll keep on working, towards positive, good spaces for people to come and talk about things that they've experienced. All right. And in closing, make sure you check your closets. You check under your beds, and make sure you check under your car at night or in the early hours of the morning when there's very little light outside. Because you never know what's waiting in the darkness to make you a story. And this has been Friday's edition of Would You Dare? You guys know the rest.